Have you ever wondered why some people seem to get everything they want, while others stay trapped in the same cycle of struggle year after year? Here's the brutal truth. Your weaknesses aren't small flaws. They're silent destroyers, working against you every single day. Most people think weakness is just a personality trait. Wrong. Weakness is a choice. And every day you choose to stay weak, you're choosing to stay powerless. Machiavelli understood something modern society tries to hide from you. Everyone sees what you appear to be, but few truly experience who you are. The world doesn't reward good intentions. It rewards strength, strategy, and results. Today, I'm going to show you how to identify the weaknesses sabotaging your life and eliminate them before they destroy everything you've worked for. But first, let me ask you this. What if everything you've been taught about being nice and patient was designed to keep you controllable? Let's begin. 1. Weakness is programmed, not natural. Weakness isn't something you're born with. It's something carefully installed in your mind from childhood. Think about it. From day one, society teaches you to apologize even when you've done nothing wrong, to put others before yourself, to avoid standing up for what you believe because it might seem rude, to settle for mediocrity because everyone's doing their best, to wait for permission before chasing your dreams, to feel guilty for wanting more than others have. This isn't education, it's programming. And its purpose? To create compliant, predictable people who never challenge the system. Look at how this programming plays out every day. You check your phone the moment you wake up, letting other people's priorities hijack your thoughts before you've even chosen your own. You say yes to things you don't want because saying no feels uncomfortable, forgetting that every yes to something meaningless is a no to what truly matters. You downplay your achievements so others won't feel insecure, punishing yourself for your own success. You avoid tough conversations, allowing small problems to grow into major ones. Machiavelli once said, "The lion cannot protect himself from traps, and the fox cannot defend himself from wolves." One must therefore be a fox to recognize traps, and a lion to frighten wolves. But you've been trained to be neither. You've been trained to be prey. Every time you avoid confrontation, accept less than you deserve, or excuse disrespect, you reinforce that programming. And the most dangerous part, it convinces you that choosing yourself is selfish, that having standards is mean, that wanting more is greedy. But here's the truth. The people who taught you these rules don't live by them. The successful don't rise by being endlessly accommodating. The good news? Once you see the programming, you can delete it. Start questioning every belief you've been taught about being polite. Ask yourself, is this belief serving my goals or keeping me small? When someone tells you to be realistic, ask, are they protecting me or protecting themselves from my potential? And when someone says, you've changed, recognize it for what it is, a compliment. 2. Weakness makes you a target. Here's a truth that might shock you. In the real world, there are only 2 types of people, those who take what they want and those who settle for what's left. Your weaknesses aren't just personal flaws. They're flashing neon signs that say, this person can be manipulated. Think about your workplace. Who gets promoted? The one who works hardest, or the one who knows how to position themselves strategically? The person who stays late hoping someone notices, or the one who makes sure their value is seen and undeniable? Now think about your relationships. Who holds the power? The one who cares more, or the one willing to walk away? The one who accepts any treatment just to avoid being alone, or the one who knows their worth and demands respect? When you signal weakness, people test your boundaries. They push a little further each time to see how much you'll tolerate. Your opinions are ignored because people know you won't fight back. Your time is devalued because you never protect it. Your dreams are mocked because you won't defend them. The harsh reality is this. People don't respect what they can control. They respect what they can't. Machiavelli said, "It is better to be feared than loved if you cannot be both." This doesn't mean cruelty, it means power. It means being someone whose boundaries cannot be crossed without consequences. Being feared doesn't mean people are afraid of you. It means they respect your standards. They think twice before disrespecting your time. They consider your reaction before crossing your boundaries. They value your opinion because they know you don't hand it out carelessly. When you display weakness, you don't just hurt yourself. You train others to mistreat you. Every time you accept disrespect, you teach people that it has no cost. Your weakness becomes their opportunity. Your hesitation becomes their advantage. Your fear becomes their power. And the cruel irony, once people realize they can manipulate you, they lose respect for you, even as they benefit from your weakness. Repeat this with me. I choose respect over approval, strength over comfort. 3. The comfort trap keeps you weak. Comfort is the enemy of greatness. Most people choose the safe, predictable path, the one that doesn't challenge them. And that's why they stay stuck. Comfort breeds weakness because it removes the need to grow. When life is easy, you never develop the strength required for real challenges. Look around. How many people do you know living the same life they were 5 years ago? Same job, same excuses, same limitations. That's not coincidence, that's comfort. But comfort has a price. It kills your potential, one easy choice at a time. Your dreams don't die in a blaze of failure. They fade quietly as you trade challenge for convenience. Your skills fade in comfort. Just like muscles, your mind needs resistance to grow. Avoid challenges, and you lose the ability to handle them. Your confidence fades in comfort. True confidence comes from facing difficulty and winning. When everything's easy, doubt creeps in, because you've stopped proving your own strength, and your opportunities vanish in comfort. The biggest rewards always come with risk. Avoid discomfort, and you miss the very chances that could change your life. Machiavelli once wrote, "Whoever wishes to foresee the future must consult the past. For human events ever resemble those of preceding times. The pattern never changes. Those who avoid discomfort today create pain for themselves tomorrow. The person who avoids difficult conversations ends up trapped in relationships that destroy their self-respect. The person who avoids career risks watches others rise above them. The person who avoids physical discomfort ends up with a body that can't keep up with their ambition. The person who avoids emotional discomfort ends up living a life that feels safe, but empty. Every successful person you admire has one thing in common. They learned to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. They answered the phone call that scared them. They had the difficult conversation. They made the move everyone said was risky. They invested in themselves when they couldn't afford to. They started before they felt ready. While others were chasing comfort, they were choosing growth. And here's the truth. The more you embrace discomfort in service of your goals, the more comfortable your life becomes. Because with every challenge you face, you build the confidence and skill to handle whatever life throws your way. Drop this affirmation in the comments. I embrace discomfort as the price of my evolution. Number 4. The 4 lies that destroy your power. Let me expose the 4 biggest lies keeping you powerless. Lie 1. Good things come to those who wait. Wrong. Good things come to those who take action. While you're waiting for the right time, someone else is taking what could have been yours. Lie 2. Everyone deserves respect. False. Respect is earned, not given. When you offer it freely to those who haven't earned it, you devalue your own worth. Lie 3. Just be yourself and people will like you. The wrong version of yourself will attract the wrong people. The right version of yourself might make some people uncomfortable, and that's exactly who you're meant to be. Lie 4. Everything happens for a reason. That's the ultimate victim mentality. Things don't happen to you. They happen because of the decisions you make and the actions you take. Machiavelli once said, "Everyone sees what you appear to be. Few experience what you really are." Stop appearing weak by believing these lies. Each of them exists for one purpose: to keep you passive, waiting, and dependent on others for your success. Drop this affirmation in the comments. I reject comfortable lies and embrace uncomfortable truths. Number 5. Replace emotion with calculation. Here's where most people lose. They make emotional decisions and then try to justify them logically. Successful people do the opposite. They make logical decisions, then manage their emotions around those decisions. When someone disrespects you, your emotion says, get angry. Your calculation should ask, what response best serves my long-term interests? When someone offers you an opportunity, your emotion says, what if I fail? Your calculation should say, what's the real risk versus reward? When someone tries to manipulate you, your emotion whispers, maybe they're right. Your calculation should ask, what are they trying to gain from me? How emotional decision-making destroys your life. You react instead of respond. Reactions are automatic and usually destructive. Responses are deliberate and strategic. You make decisions based on how you feel in the moment, instead of what will serve you long-term. Feelings change by the hour. Consequences last for years. You become predictable, and when people can predict your emotions, they can manipulate them. You waste energy on the wrong battles. Emotions make everything feel urgent and important, even when it's neither. How calculation changes everything. Before you respond to any situation, ask, what outcome do I actually want here? Before you act, consider, how will this affect my position 6 months from now? Before you engage with difficult people, decide, is this worth my time and energy? Or am I just feeding my ego? Machiavelli once said, the wise man does at once what the fool does eventually. The difference? The wise man calculates first, then acts. The fool reacts first and suffers the consequences. This doesn't mean becoming cold or heartless. It means using your emotions as information, not as your decision-making system. Your emotions tell you what matters to you. Your calculation tells you how to get it. For example, your emotion tells you someone's behavior is unacceptable. Your calculation shows you the most effective way to address it. Your emotion tells you an opportunity excites you. Your calculation determines if it's truly worth pursuing. Your emotion tells you someone has hurt you. Your calculation decides whether confronting them will improve the situation or simply make you feel better for a moment. Most people have this backward. They let emotions steer their lives and then wonder why nothing changes. They react with anger when disrespected, escalating conflict instead of resolving it. They make career choices from fear instead of strategy. They stay in broken relationships because leaving feels scary, even though staying guarantees pain. Drop this affirmation in the comments. I am the master of my emotions, not their slave. Number 6. The power of strategic detachment. Here's something that will change everything for you. The moment you become too attached to any outcome, you lose your power to influence it. Why? Because attachment makes you predictable, and predictable people are easy to manipulate. When you desperately need someone's approval, they control you. When you desperately need a specific job, the employer has all the leverage. When you desperately need a relationship to work, the other person knows they can treat you poorly without consequence. Strategic detachment means you want the best outcome, but you're prepared for any outcome. Machiavelli once said, the promise given was a necessity of the past. The word broken is a necessity of the present, meaning circumstances change, and so must you. Never put yourself in a position where someone else's decision can destroy your plans. Always have alternatives. Always have Plan B, Plan C, and Plan D. When you're not desperate, you make better decisions. When you're not needy, people respect you more. When you're not attached to outcomes, you're free. And that freedom gives you power. Drop this affirmation in the comments. My peace comes from within, not from external validation. Number 7, become the consequence. Here's the final and most important lesson. Stop explaining yourself to people who are determined to misunderstand you. Stop justifying your choices to those who don't live with the results. Stop apologizing for taking up space in a world that needs what you have to offer. You are not here to make everyone comfortable with your success. You are not here to shrink so others can feel bigger. You are not here to apologize for wanting more. Machiavelli once said, it is not titles that honor men, but men that honor titles. Your value doesn't come from what others think of you. It comes from what you do with the time you've been given. Become the person who doesn't need to announce their power, people can feel it. Become the person who doesn't need to prove their worth. Their results speak for themselves. Become the person who doesn't need to defend their choices. Their success is their defense. When you truly embody strength, you no longer have to act strong. When you truly embody confidence, you no longer have to prove it. When you truly embody success, you no longer have to convince anyone. Your presence says it all. Become the consequence that others must adapt to, not through force, not through aggression, but through the undeniable reality of who you've chosen to become. Final words. Today you learned that weakness isn't just a flaw. It's a strategic disadvantage that touches every part of your life. You discovered how society programs weakness into you from childhood to keep you controllable. You understood why comfort is the enemy of growth, and why embracing discomfort is the key to evolution. You uncovered the 4 lies that keep most people powerless. You learned to replace emotional reactions with strategic calculation. You discovered the power of detachment and how desperation destroys leverage. And finally, you learned how to become the consequence, the presence that transforms every room you enter. This isn't about becoming cold or cruel. It's about becoming strong, strategic, and unshakable in your pursuit of the life you deserve. If this video helped you see your weaknesses differently, hit that like button and subscribe for more truth that transforms lives. And remember, your weakness is not your identity. It's a habit you can change. Start today.